It's time for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Oh, you found me. It might be cold outside, but it's not as cold as my heart. This is my spot. I like to come here and think about why society has failed me. You know, the name my father gave me was Steven, but I go by Spike now. I'm a truly tortured and damaged soul. I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of the bottle and I'm a fan. You know, it's just a little something I wrote. I just like to sit out here and think of how depressed I am. And those fucking posers on the Woodward Heavyweights, 5 to 7 on the Woodward Sports Network, they think they're gonna make fun of me? I'll show them. I'll get the last laugh. Get out of here. Go away.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That is Sean Belesian in for D-Mac. KG's in the building. KG, what's really good?
Y'all know what's really good. An all-time great performance by the heavyweights yesterday. Gotta give them credit, bro.
No. Dude,
I was in tears for a half hour, literally.
As always, Spike is here in the building.
Shout out.
Not that name your father gave you.
No, yeah. I think the hardest part about yesterday was getting the eyeliner off. So I had one of the corporate Janes put the eyeliner on me. It took her like 10 minutes to put on. I scrubbed it after the show, barely got it off because I had to go to the gym after. And I didn't want to walk in there looking like a crazy person. And so it came off a little bit, and then I showered again after I got home from the gym. Showered this morning. It's still like kind of there. And girls do this every
got that
day.
good shit, that Revlon.
You gotta be kidding me.
Well, boy got the Revlon on.
The emo crowd is committed to the game.
Yeah?
I'll give them that.
Yeah, dog.
I'll give them
You
that.
gotta sell your body to it.
Yeah,
you do.
It's like I talked about, Sean, with the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Tom Brady sold his body to the game.
Yep.
To squeeze every ounce he could out of it. That's the emo crowd. To go through all that, to get dressed, there is no doubt you are committed to your craft.
Committed to being depressed. It's crazy.
I'm not going to speak on that. It's a commitment.
Do we realize that Chris Platty is no longer with us? He is now K9.
Yeah.
Do we realize that?
He's the true GOAT.
No, shout out to Platty, bro. You did that, dog.
William LeClaire in the chat. And remember, jump into the Woodward Sports chat. It is a nickel package Friday. We got a couple of things we're going to touch on before we get nickel package exclusive second hour. We're going to talk to Hondo Carpenter in Las Vegas. He covers the Raiders for the SI Network. We got to do the Ben Johnson talk. He's my guy. He's pure electricity. Said he's got some Lions tidbits for me also.
Ooh, okay.
11-14.
Okay.
So we're going to do it all. Burn in the chat. Take advantage of the super chat, by the way. You can bump to the front of the line. We'll stop what you're doing, read your comments. Burn in the super chat. Getting ready for his wrestling debut. Spenny cuts a mean promo. It was absolutely elite.
I've said it before, acting's easy. Like, I could, you put me in a role, I could win an Oscar. I
believe it.
I fully believe
he
in
was
myself.
the best person in terms of performance yesterday. Like, everybody else was doing different accents and shit.
Yeah, Easy was just doing random white guy accents. Like, he started off with the emo, like, come on, man.
Right.
And then he went to, like, frat boy. And then he went to like British and Australian, like he was just doing any white accent.
Then Nick was just acting like himself with emo paint on his face. Like that shit was so funny to me. He was trying to read sports headlines with that shit on.
It was pretty good. Clinton Haynes in the chat. Spenny looked like Bam Margera. Freddie felt the single greatest show in Woodward Sports Network history.
Facts.
Wow. There was some great name drops in there. There was Blink 382 pounds. Pancake at the Disco.
Jesus.
The Hawthorne Heavyweights. I saw that in there. There was another one.
Sausage Lincoln Park.
Yeah, Sausage Lincoln Park. There was some really good ones in there.
No.
Jimmy Eats Everything.
No, it was very, very good. If you guys haven't, after our show, of course, go back and look at yesterday.
So
it was an emo show. I'll just leave it at
bro.
that. It was an all-timer. And it was. I just wanted to shout him out, man, because that was an elite performance. Everything about it was elite. So
because you committed to it.
Yeah.
You got to commit to something like that. And y'all did that.
William in the chat, Spenny, that looked a little too easy for you.
I tell you, I was angsty in middle school. I never did the full. I listened.
Was
to
it your
emo
father's
music,
fault?
It was not my father's.
Was
fault.
it society's
I have a
fault?
great relationship with my dad. Yeah, it was probably society's fault.
The establishment.
I listened to Bayside, Taking Back Sunday, Panic. I listened to all that, in middle school and stuff. So
the man is a bitch. Let's be honest.
Yes.
That's
the
a
man
fact.
gets
That
us
is
all.
a fact.
The man is a bitch,
Yeah.
and he will cause great trauma to us, and we react differently.
Nitty gritty, the all metabolism rejects.
yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, no, but we're definitely going to get into all of it. Had some stuff
The
here.
wide stripes.
The white stripes.
Oh man, yeah, there's a lot of good ones in there.
No, there absolutely was. I know we're gonna try to get to a Red Wings nickel package later, but Sean, that was a nice win yesterday, and I'm gonna be honest about it. We're getting to the Lion stuff, everybody. Just calm down. Give me 6 minutes, okay? Pause. All right. So here's the deal, Sean. After what happened against the Sharks, this was a moment for me. All right, Todd McClellan, you got that new coach bounce that teams always seem to get in the NHL. Okay, let's see. And they went in there, and here's the biggest difference that I noticed, Sean. And I said this with DMAC yesterday, and it translated yesterday, and yesterday is why they won. On Tuesday, the first line, Larkin, Kane, DeBrincat, whatever iteration of that, I saw the jump again. I saw the game flip when they stepped on the ice. And then yesterday, Sean, and you tell me if I'm overreacting to this. That first line was the most dominant line in the building yesterday. Hard stop. And that's with the Panthers, and I understand what they have with Tkachuk and everything like that. They were the most dominant first line in the building.
And you know what? I don't care if it was just via the power play, because that's where they did their business. No, but they took care of business. I agree with you. I don't think you can overstate the bounce back yesterday. Listen, that Sharks game was awful.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was a reminder of some of the roster shortcomings still. Okay? And it was. And that's not a get rid of Steve Yzerman type of thing. I know people read into it as what they will. Listen, there's a speed issue. There's a back end issue. There's a goaltending issue. There are issues with this team. And it was kind of a subtle reminder. Yesterday had every reason to me, Neil, to go, here we go again. Wings score, Florida answers. Wings score, Florida answers very, very quickly. And I'm like, here it goes, okay? But it went the other way. And they chased Bob. Bob went Bob. I love Bobrovsky's one of my favorite goaltenders in the history of the NHL because you just don't know. Going down to South Florida and getting a win like that is a good win. And Neil, you know what we can say in mid-January? And I know I said this a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to stick to it, okay? The next couple weeks are huge. When you look at this schedule, the next couple weeks are huge. Talk about February 1st. But all of a sudden, we got ourselves a race in the East, and the Wings are in it. I mean, that's pretty cool. That, okay, you just want to be within that shouting distance, okay? And I think they're there right now. And part of the fun is Ottawa's there as well, and Montreal's there as well. You know, the teams that took their lumps and started to rebuild the right way, all of a sudden they're starting to see some fruits of their labor.
There it is. No, and that's exactly it. So again, I wanted to get to it, and I wanted to talk about the game because it was deserved. Pistons yesterday, and look, they're still at a state that I know we were getting high on the supply and everything like that, but do not forget this. Like, they are not Eastern Conference championship contenders all of a sudden. You know, and I know because I saw the people kind of working their way out into social media. The bottom line is this, and Cade Cunningham's all-NBA. He's an all-star. But when him and Malik Beasley combined to be, a 3 for 17 from 3 or whatever that number was, it's a non-negotiable for the Pistons. There is no way to come back from that.
And you got to get a Pacers credit. They were overplaying Cade Cunningham the whole night. They were not even letting him get the catch. So about time he actually kicked in with the offense, it was just too little too late. And then, like you said, Malik Beasley, bad shooting night. It was really a bad shooting night from the whole team besides Tim Hardaway. Shout out to him. But too many turnovers, man. They would tell you that they need to play better.
No doubt.
They'll be better in the future.
And it's fine. Really, it's fine.
You can't win every game in the NBA.
No, you can't. And again, no one's confusing them right now with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
No,
not to say they can't get there.
That was a put the league on notice game.
No, that's a fact.
They're gonna win a title.
Yeah,
probably this year.
This year.
Yeah, I thought they wasn't ready yet, but it might be. This might be the year.
I truly cannot see any team in the NBA beating them in a 7-game series.
I agree with you. So again, John, just want to land the plane on that.
No, and I think that's fair. There's nothing wrong with wanting more, though. And I find myself, well, forget this getting between a 10 and a 7 seed. No, I don't want the play-in stuff. Get in that top 6. There's nothing wrong for aiming that high. And the fact that we're having conversations like that tells you a lot. Maybe it's years. I don't know if you guys are in the same. I just don't put too much into a game anymore.
Yeah,
I really don't. I mean, not that long ago, I'd take the hat and fire it across the room. Gosh damn it! Every time I start to buy in, it's a game. Let's look at the big with this team. I think the big with this team is speaking a lot louder right now than the exceptions. And that's something that drives me nuts, is making that exception speak for the larger rule. The Detroit Pistons aren't what we saw last night. The 24-25 Pistons aren't what we saw last night. With that being said, tip of the cap to Indiana. It's it's a pretty good team. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, Miles Turner got on a heater, and that was a difference.
Yeah,
that was a difference in the game. So I'm not going to sweat the one loss. They're still fine, everybody. There was a time when you were going to lose a game in this calendar year. Real quick, before we get to Hondo Carpenter, Steve-O, baby, the power play's deadly when it comes to the Red Wings. They're ranked number 2 right now. Can you believe that buzzer beater against Minnesota versus Michigan in overtime? Damn. Minnesota had 5 turnovers in an overtime game. They pretty much played as well as they could play.
And, formerly 0-6 against the Big Ten, Minnesota, and another loss to 0-4 in conference play Oklahoma, and or 0-4 in conference play Arkansas. But I'm just saying, I feel so bad for you guys. Oh darn, that buzzer beater sure sucked to watch. Go Green.
Go white.
Green. All right, let's do this. Let's take the break. Come back with our guy Hondo Carpenter. We got some Ben Johnson topics to discuss with him. He said he's got some other good nuggets for us as well. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, delicious locally roasted specialty coffee dropped off right at your doorstep. They're a Michigan company, so support local. Any kind of brew you want, they have it. You can order them online at sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Like I said, support local and just enjoy the best coffee you can. Why would you wait in line at one of these stores when you can have your coffee dropped off at your doorstep? Come on, sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. All the latest and best Detroit sports designs, a whole new line of football stuff, getting you ready for the Super Bowl run, perhaps. Shop.woodwardsports.com. It's the best in the game. All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean here with you. We have KG, we have Spencer Raxter, and right now, as promised, we have my guy out there in the desert right now, Mr. Hondo Carpenter, covers the Las Vegas Raiders for Sports Illustrated. He's an electric factory every time we've ever had him on the show, and just a big fan of this guy. Hondo, good to see you, and we had to get you in, and look, let's just go right to it, Hondo. When does Ben Johnson get the Raiders job?
Well, I made a report yesterday that the Raiders won't be hiring a coach till after the Lions are out of the playoffs, and clearly there isn't a deal. There can't be, but I broke the story, a couple of stories that I thought were really important. First, I broke the story about the interview. A couple of things really stood out. Ben Johnson would not even be in discussion to be the Raiders coach if it were not for Tom Brady. Let's make that abundantly clear. But Ben Johnson is a football savant, especially offensively. And so he sat down with Tom Brady, and it's very rare that he has a conversation with somebody that is a football offensive savant like he is. But what really stood out to the Raiders is when he talked defense, and he understood that side of the ball very, very well. And so both parties came away extremely impressed. Now, I'm going to tell you this. If I was told by a source in the organization that if Ben Johnson is not the coach of the Raiders, it will not be because of money. I think this deal could be as big as 6 years, $90 million, completely guaranteed. That's 15 a year. They understand this is going to be a project to build, and they're going to make a commitment to him that says, we understand exactly where you're going to be. We understand exactly what it's going to take, and we stand behind you. So they're all in on Ben Johnson. Doesn't mean they're not interviewing other people. Doesn't mean that Ben could change his mind. They may get Tomlin, which is a term in the NFL. Years ago, the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to hire Russ Grimm. The decision had been made, but they wanted to get Mr. Rooney wanted to get this final interview in with an up-and-coming coach named Mike Tomlin. And they sat down with Mike Tomlin, and it absolutely blew the roof off the place. And so what I would tell you is it's Ben Johnson is the front runner. I think Ben Johnson will probably end up with the job. It's going to be a massive contract that we've been reporting for nearly a week is going to shake the NFL up. He is going to considerably raise the bar. There's going to be a lot of coaches that owe Christmas presents to Ben Johnson as he raises it, and there's going to be a lot of people really angry. They're going to pay him, and they understand it. Now, a nugget that your listeners will love is I was the one to break the story that there could be interest in the Raiders trading and trying to get Hendon Hooker. Now, we know Hendon Hooker has a relationship, his father does, with Brad Holmes. But imagine this is a guy that's your third string guy sitting on the bench. If you could get the sixth overall pick in the second round for him and give him to the Raiders, then it allows Ben Johnson to have two quarterbacks to work with. They already have Aiden O'Connell. I think that's a win-win for everybody involved. But this is an opportunity here, and Ben Johnson's the hottest commodity. And let's give Dan Campbell a ton of credit because Ben Johnson sings his praises everywhere he goes. And I've been doing this a long time, and I can tell you usually when an up-and-coming hot offensive coach gets out there, he tries to separate himself. Well, it's because of me. And that's not what Ben Johnson's doing. He speaks reverently about the Lions, about Dan Campbell, about the fans. He doesn't have to leave. Let's make that clear. Now, I do think he's going to go this cycle. If it isn't to the Raiders, I would be stunned if he doesn't go to the Jags. But I'm just saying to you, he's going to reset it. But this is kind of cool to listen to him talk about the Lions and the respect, and especially what he has for the fans. I think Lions need to look at this. You know what? This is going to make us better, especially if he trades. Think about this one. If they were to trade the sixth pick in the second round for Hendon Hooker, the way Brad Holmes drafts, there's a lot of bad drafters in the NFL. That's like a late first round pick. Imagine losing Ben but getting another starter. And that's what Brad does. And I think this is a good opportunity for the Lions to improve their roster. And nobody even questions Dan Campbell will go get an excellent guy if there isn't one on staff. And I'm sure there might be.
Wind him up and let him go. That's great. Hondo kindly joining us, Hondo Carpenter. Hondo, can I go back to the Tom Brady aspect of things? Because I think a lot of people around here wondered what his role was going to be. And the way you describe that, it's almost, for people out there that don't know, you covered college sports forever, it almost sounds like a recruitment. Like, we're going to send in Coach O. He's our finisher. We're going to get that 4-star, that 5-star. Is that what I'm reading into? It's like you got Tom Brady going and doing some of that recruitment, that people are going to listen to Tom Brady.
Well, let me just say two things real quick, then I'm going to answer your question. Number one, Woodward Sports is the Tom Brady of sports in Michigan. Period. It's the gold standard. And Sean, I got to tell you, I am so glad you're with Woodward, because I used to listen to you every day when I lived in Michigan, when you were in Grand Rapids, and you were by far the best in that market. It wasn't even funny. And I'm so glad you joined, because the best brought in the best. And, of course, everybody knows Neil is to me, he is the premier sportscaster in Michigan. And Sean, you are terrific. I'm so glad you're with Woodward. So having said that, let me tell you this. I broke the story over a year ago that Tom Brady was going to have a massive voice in this organization. Then Mark Davis in Las Colinas, Texas, a couple of weeks ago at the winter owners meeting, went a step farther to my comment and said he was going to have a huge voice. Tom Brady, I expect, and I'm not listening to his agent, I expect Tom Brady's going to do Fox TV for 4 more years. And then he'll move to Vegas and probably be, and it could be 8, but I think 5. And then he's going to have the title probably of Director of Football Operations. But make no mistake, Tom Brady isn't walking over Mark Davis. He is doing what Mark Davis wants him to do. And, you know, let's talk about what happened in Detroit. They finally get rid of the mediocrity with Mr. Ford and his son. And all of a sudden now everyone's like, oh, great, here comes the daughter. Well, what did she do? She knew what she didn't know. And she goes, gets Chris Spielman and says, listen, I know what I don't know, but I'm not stupid. I know how good you are. I know how much you know. Help me. And I'll pay whatever I got to pay. I'll do whatever I got to do. And quite frankly, I think Sheila's become one of the best owners in the National Football League. And oh, by the way, I'll have a nugget about her if you remind me in a minute from the NFL owners meetings that you'll find hilarious. But she comes in and willing to spend, do whatever needs to be done. But her mandate isn't sell jerseys. Her mandate wasn't sell tickets. Her mandate was, we've got to win. And because of that, now they're selling everything. They're selling out. And I can tell you, I'm doing a story on SI interviewing top NFL free agents. And I talked with one of them today that is going to be in the top 5 of the top free agents. And I'm asking all of them this question. If you couldn't go back and play for your team you just played for, what team would you want to play with? And of the first 5 guys I talked to, 4 of them said Detroit, and one of them didn't say Detroit, but he said Dan Campbell. And so that is all Sheila. She doesn't get enough credit, and I think people don't give her credit, maybe because the Ford family wallowed for so long, but this doesn't happen with an owner that isn't settling for mediocrity like her dad and brother did. This happens when you've got an owner that says, okay, I'll fire you if you don't do what I want, and what I want is to win. So Tom Brady comes in now, and he's absolutely recruiting. And Tom Brady likes smart people. Tom Brady likes people who can see everything. And I've heard people say, well, the Raiders wanted offense. They wanted a defensive coach. No, Tom Brady wanted somebody smart. Him and Bill Belichick have worked hard and have really repaired that relationship. And he is reverent to Bill Belichick. And the way Belichick was a defensive mind, but the way he saw the game offensively. And the more he talked with Ben Johnson, the more he realized this guy. So when he would say to him, Ben, why would you do this offensively? His answer was, because I'm watching the defense. And so the way Ben Johnson thinks, he's extremely analytical. He's a thinker outside of the box. And he credits Dan Campbell for teaching him that. And yes, Tom Brady is in the middle of it. Tom Brady is absolutely driving this boat. But I think it's important because some people have made it sound like Mark Davis is being run over. And anyone saying that doesn't know Mark Davis. I do. And it's an absolute stupid lie.
Hondo Carpenter, our guest, covers Las Vegas Raiders for Sports Illustrated. Give him a follow on X. He's an electric factory, as you guys can see. Always brings the energy every single time. Hondo, there's two things here, because I want you to get to the Sheila Ford Hamp owners meeting thing. But before that, the people in the chat are losing their mind about what would it take for us to get Max Crosby? Maybe Ben Johnson and Hendon Hooker for Max Crosby. Either give the people hope or crush their dreams, Hondo. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to address that, and I'm going to tell you from a not a braggadocious point, but I want to be able to express to you where I'm coming from. I have known Max since his senior year in high school and covered him because when I was back in Michigan, I would do something with Chris Creighton at Eastern Michigan every week. And I met Max his first time on campus when he got there and arrived. So I guess it would be just before his freshman year started and right after his senior year of high school. Max and I are not a media guy and a football player. He's talked about me on his podcast. We're personal friends. I want to make this clear because I'm the one that broke this story. And Neil, you may remember I gave you the tidbit. Last year when everyone was talking about, Max Crosby to Detroit, people were lying to Lions fans. That was not going to happen. And I know that Lions fans, there were some people who were guilty, in my opinion, of media malfeasance by trying to just get clicks feeding off of it. And what I loved about Woodward, it's why I love Woodward, it's why I think it's the gold standard, is when it was clear it wasn't happening, you guys were honest. It's not happening. That's why people trust you. I can tell you this. Max has no more money on his contract, no more guaranteed money on his contract. He's going to get a new deal, and he's going to be the highest paid defensive end in football. Having said that, now let's make this abundantly clear. If the Raiders have to convince Crosby that they're committed to winning, that is the only thing he is about. It's the only thing he cares about. It's the only thing that matters to him. He'll take less money like Brady used to if you go spend the money on making them a champion. So the Raiders want him, and he wants to be there, and he loves Tom Brady. So I don't think there's been enough done yet to sell Max, but I expect him to return. However, and this is a nugget that will send your chat room off, and this is a nugget you're not going to get on some moron speaking crap on some radio station you can't find, or they call themselves a blowhard or an insider. Mm-hmm. This is the stuff you get when you spend your day with people who know, like Woodward Sports, is if he were not to be a Raider, I know he loves the Lions. I know that coming out on the draft, he wanted to be a Lion. And I believe that if Max Crosby made the decision, and I don't think he's going to, but if he made the decision, I would be the first to pick up the phone, call my buddy Neil, because he gets these calls from me saying, you should probably start talking, because I think if Max Crosby had a choice I think it's to stay in Vegas. But if that was not going to work out, I think he'd say, put some Honolulu blue on me, baby. Show me the money. I'm going back to the D.
There he is, everybody. Hondo Carpenter. Hondo, real quick before we let you go, I know you got TV stuff that you got going on out there in Vegas as well. My buddies are out there in Vegas for the weekend. I'll have them drop your name. They'll get great tables at the restaurants and everything like that. But Hondo, real quick, give us that Sheila Ford Hamp NFL owners meeting nugget.
Okay, so you're going to love this, and I need to start by saying the respect factor. Everybody liked Mr. Ford. If you knew him, and I did, what a good man. I tell everybody, one of the humblest billionaires you'd ever meet. Mr. Ford was salt of the earth. Quite frankly, I think he was a little too nice, that he didn't have an edge that I think would have helped him be a better owner. So this is not an attack on his integrity. That's a good man. And one day, when my book comes out, I'll be able to tell a lot of stories about him that people don't know. Now, but the Lions were always kind of a joke in the NFL. Just kind of like, yeah, whatever, we appreciate it. They're good people, yada, yada, yada. In comes Sheila. And let me tell you something. So at the NFL owners meetings, I said to one of the owners, I said, I said, I'm not going to report this. I don't cover the Lions. Obviously, I lied now because I'm reporting it on Woodward Sports. That's why I say they didn't get this done. But I just said, how's Sheila doing? And he looked at me and he said, that woman is so smart. He goes, every time she opens her mouth, I'm learning something. I'm getting a different perspective. I love the way that she looks at the game. I love the way that she just looks at business. And he goes, I'm going to tell you something. She's nice. She wants to work with everybody. He goes, there is nothing about her that doesn't make the NFL better. I said, all right, why do I feel like there's a but coming? He goes, but I'm going to tell you something. When she believes in something or something she's passionate about, the difference between her and a Doberman is lipstick. And I thought that was hilarious. And it wasn't, and it was a member, hang on, it was at the owners meeting, but not an owner. It was an executive that said that. But he goes, and I'm not calling her a dog. Don't hear that. He goes, I'm just letting you know, everyone talks about men being tough. He goes, she's tough. He goes, she cares. She comes prepared. And I'm going to tell you what I think is really cool is the NFL understands the transformation of the Lions has not just been on the field. It's been, Brad Holmes to me is one of the top executives in all the National Football League. And I think the Lions now have that in an owner who trusts people like Brad. But what she doesn't know, she asks questions. People just universally respect her. And I think it's cool. People respected Mr. Ford. But this is different. This is respect her as a person. They respect her as an owner. And I will tell you this, because I'm constantly at those meetings and I'm listening. I have never one time heard a negative word about her. Nothing but pure respect. And I'm going to say this, because I grew up in Michigan. I don't think she gets enough talk outside of Woodward. And obviously, that's why you guys are the gold standard. And people need to lift up a banner and say, thank you, Sheila. Thank you for just being genuine and being who you are. She has brought respect to the Honolulu blue and silver that I have never seen in my 53 years of life, nor my many years as a Lions season ticket holder. As a friend of Matt Millen, you've not seen it. And she's brought respect to the organization. Brad Holmes has. And it's how good is it to be in Detroit and have, free agents now. I remember when they wanted Dre Bly and Damian Woody and had to overpay because nobody wanted to come. And now you got free agents like, man, I want to go there. I want to go there. Yeah, I'll probably take a little bit less of a deal to go play for the Lions. Come on. I think some of y'all need to quit thinking of yourselves as bridesmaids. You're the bride now. You're the belle of the ball. Quit thinking that you're Rosie O'Donnell, Detroit. You're Mila Kunis now. You are the belle of the ball. People want to play for you. People want to be with you. People want to be you. Come on now.
Love it.
Hondo
That's
Carpenter,
awesome.
everybody. Make sure you follow him on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, at Hondo Carpenter. He covers the Raiders like nobody else for SI. In the chat, Yevs Kasim 3151. Hondo is a gem. Mike O in the chat. Hey Neil, Rack Hondo. No, absolutely, Hondo. You always bring it every single time. Pure electricity. Appreciate you, brother. We're gonna talk soon.
I always love being on with you guy again, Sean. Great to have you back with the best sports voice in Michigan. And Neil, everybody knows you're the gold standard, man. Love you, brother.
My guy, Hondo Carpenter, everybody. He is the man. So we'll get him back as stuff pops off. Let's cut to the break. How do you follow that? I don't know. Maybe the Woodward Sports pregame show, everybody.
Yes.
We will be live downtown at Second Best on Saturday.
Yeah,
Spencer
fire,
Raxter
dog.
and that guy, Sean Belize. You want to talk? Now, I don't know if it'll be Spike or Steve or Spencer
Can
or
I get
whoever.
Spenny? Can I make a request for Spenny, though?
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
like Spike. Don't get me wrong, but can I make a request for Spenny?
No, they'll be there. They'll be at 42 Watson Street for the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show. But don't forget, the day kicks off with Woodward and Maine, 8 to 9 a.m. Terry Foster, Matthew Broder. It's all brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Nobody does football game days like Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? You should see what I did there. Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
1800 Tequila is the official tequila of the live watch party and post-game show here at Woodward Sports. They're also a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. You see they got the Motor City themed bottles right there. They are in stores now. You can go get yours today. 1800 Tequila, the smoothest taste in tequila. And as always, please drink responsibly.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Sean Belesian in for D-Mac. We got KG, we have Spencer Raxter, we have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread as well. And right now we are joined, of course, by the chairman and CEO of Feldman Automotive. He is Jay Feldman. A little automotive event going on this weekend in Detroit, which is something, you know, here on Big D Energy, that's what we like to do. A lot of news breaking with Feldman Auto and the Feldman Automotive Group as well. But Jay, appreciate your time, man. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing great. Super excited about the Detroit Auto Show. This is a first for us because, you know, as long as I've been in the car business, to have your own auto show display for Ineos is amazing. we're the only dealer group in the show that actually has our own display, so that's really, really exciting.
Absolutely. I'll be down there Sunday, as a matter of fact. I'll be taking that in. But that is the big news. Feldman Automotive has expanded the umbrella, I guess you could say. Ineos Grenadier, the first dealership in Michigan. They're a 4x4 line. Talk about that, Jay. The 19th dealership, correct?
I think we might be at 20 at this point, but yeah. So super exciting. We were lucky enough and fortunate enough to secure the rights for Ineos for the state of Michigan. So we have a dealership front in Waterford where we're housing the brand right now. We're ultimately going to build a store in Novi for the brand, and it's right now it's the Grenadier. This month they started production of the Quartermaster, which is a pickup bed version of the same vehicle. But I've been driving one for 3 weeks. It's amazing. We've been selling a ton of them. A lot of exposure. We have one on display at Somerset Mall by Capitol Grill now. We have another one at 12 Oaks Mall on display. And it's a lot of fun having a large territory and being able to put them all over the place. So been great. And we have 4 or 5 on display at the Detroit Auto Show, and we've had a lot of positive feedback.
Sean, that's right up your alley too, right? The off-road capabilities and stuff like that. You're a big truck guy as well. You'll drive over some rocks, right?
100%. And we talked about it. And Jay, I know I told you before, we got my daughter's car there. I mean, there's a reason why you keep going back to certain places, and there's a reason why certain places keep growing. Up to 20 now, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
My math was 19, so
Good
even I was
you.
out of the loop there. But Jay, again, though, you guys are doing this out in Waterford Township. Ineos Grenadier is the name. It's a new name out there in the SUV/off-road market. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. Stop by and see it at the auto show. I will on Sunday, as a matter of fact. But Jay, again, I talk about this when I do the reads for you guys. And Feldman Auto, rooted in the Detroit community. Been around since 1996, and I get rooted, Jay. This is something that we always talk about. You guys do a lot of charity work, too, with the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. You guys are a part of Detroit.
Thank you. Yeah, we're doing a lot of stuff. We have a big event coming up next weekend for St. Jude's, and we've raised a bunch of money for that cause as well. We have our golf event coming up June 9th this year. It's a little bit sooner because the course is under construction. So we're hoping to knock it out of the park again and beat the 1.5 million record that we had last year. And of course, Tunnel to Towers. We're a huge supporter of Tunnel to Towers. I've been on the board for 5 years, and we have a big golf event coming up in March at Trump International in Palm Beach. Big celebrity event. So a lot of fun stuff. It's great to give back to the community, and this is why we do it. We sell a lot of cars so we can give back, and so it's really exciting.
Absolutely. We'll be out there. As a matter of fact, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, the nation's #1 EV dealer. We'll be there Monday. Big show lined up, the Lions post-game. Jay, you getting caught up in the Lions fever like everybody else?
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm not going to the game Saturday night, but I'm going to watch it on TV, and I'm really excited. The Lions, I think they're going to take it all the way.
All the way. There is no other option, Jay. That's it. I know a lot of Lions, they buy cars at Feldman Chevrolet as well. We've run into them.
Yeah,
Malcolm,
absolutely.
Kirby.
Yeah, we just delivered a couple of them recently.
So there you have it. You can't be much more part of Detroit than that, selling cars to the Detroit Lions. But Jay, as always, my friend, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you stopping by. I'll be out there Sunday, as a matter of fact, at the auto show. I'm curious to check it out as well. Pretty sharp looking.
You should take one for a few days and drive it.
I will, as a matter of fact. Let's do it, man.
Yeah,
Ineos
sure.
Grenadier in Waterford Township's the dealership, right?
Yes, yep. 5300 Highland Road.
So there you go. Everybody come on out there and check that out. But Jay, thanks again, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Thanks
the
for all your
relationship.
support.
Yep.
Nice to see you again, Jay. And I want to remind people, just to piggyback on what he said, these guys are giving back all year. We saw them at the DGC last year. You guys were prominent out there. We had a chance to catch up out there. So not only are you going to get a great deal, you're going to meet some great people who know what it's all about. You guys keep giving back. Do what you do, man.
Thank you. We love it.
There he is, everybody. Jay Feldman, Chairman, CEO of Feldman Automotive. And again, make sure you check out that display at the auto show. You'll be out there. Ineos Grenadier. They are the only Michigan dealership. They're out there in Waterford Township. The display will be at the Detroit Auto Show that's happening until Monday at Huntington Place. So make sure you get on out to there. Let's talk about Lady Jane's, Benny.
Lady Jane's takes the chore out of getting a haircut. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, and get a scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, or a hot towel treatment to go with a luxury haircut, an award-winning haircut from one of our talented, lovely stylists. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Look, scan the QR code on the screen. Here's an idea. The Commanders fans, I know you're watching. Don't think we forgot about you. We're about to get into it a little bit here in just a couple of seconds. But use a promo code Woodward1000. Scan the QR code on the screen. Make your first deposit. Make your first bet. All the way up to $1,000. If it loses, Caesar Sportsbook will give it back to you as a free bonus bet. It's almost like a do-over, everyone. If you're a Commanders fan living in Michigan and you're under the illusion that they have a chance of winning and you think you're going to bet on them, go ahead. I'm doing this as a service to you, Commanders fans. I don't want to see bad things happen to you. So if you make your bet on the Commanders, when they lose, you'll get it back if you use a promo code Woodward1000. See what a good guy I am, Commanders fans? You see that? Caesar Sportsbook's one of the OGs in the game. The app is incredible. It doesn't glitch out on you. None of that stuff. It is Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizian, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there, get your thoughts out. You guys ready to kick off? Somebody asked, where's the bourbon? We're getting that out second hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's do this. Nickel Package Friday. Shall we get involved?
Shall we?
Detroit Lions, tee it up.
Let's do it. Sounds good to me.
Let's go, everybody.
All right, the first question.
Wait, real quick, Spenny. 5 questions. That's the name Nickel Package. So there you go. 5 questions about the
slow
subject.
people out there.
There you go.
First question of the Nickel Package. Is this old school NFL playoff / ball control, considering Washington gave up almost 138 rushing yards a game?
Yeah. I do believe that, Sean. There's going to be some elements of this, and everyone gets caught up in the Lions' defense stuff, right? The Lions' pass defense, the Commanders' rush defense, and they fool themselves into thinking this is going to be some 35-31 shootout. I don't see it going this way. And another reason for that, Sean, possessions will be at a premium. We saw Washington do this. Tampa got the ball 7 times. 7. That's it. That's how you win. Guys, it's about scoring touchdowns instead of field goals, and it's about having the ball, because when you have the ball, they don't.
I hate to go back to the hockey reference, but it's like a puck possession team. If I have the puck on my stick, I like my chances of winning. I do. If I have the ball with my offense, with arguably the best offensive line in the league, and 2 workhorses back there, because we can call Gibbs a workhorse now, I like our chances.
No doubt. Second down.
Second down, second question of the Detroit Lions Nickel Package. What can we expect from Monty in this game?
I don't know. Is it okay to say I don't know?
I
don't know something?
That's why I asked the question. Seriously.
In today's day and age, is it okay for me to look into the camera and say, I don't know? I can't get a feel for this. I can't get a vibe for this. If he's out there, I know this. If Monty's out there, he's going. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know if this is, we're going to give you something to think about. He's playing. But Lions don't work like that. They tell you what they're going to do, and then they do it.
Well, and it's, I don't know if this is like a pain resiliency thing. Is this, okay, he can't do certain things, or is it, okay, he's going to have to put up with some pain. I mean, this is why that's a huge question mark. Neil, you took the words right out of my mouth. If he's going to be out there, he can go in some capacity, okay?
They're not going to put him out there if he couldn't.
Exactly. That's
No.
exactly it.
And I don't think they're going to change up too much from what got them here, and what got them here is utilizing both backs. But what I do believe is that Gibbs still needs to get a touch more of the workload going forward, because we know Monty isn't 100%. So you can still have Monty and utilize him, but Gibbs needs to be the back that you rely on ultimately through 60 minutes.
Yeah, I expect a 65-35 workload split between Gibbs and Montgomery. Dan Campbell said it, tone setter, and they love to use Montgomery in that first drive, so you expect to see David Montgomery in that first drive at least to some capacity, maybe not the whole first drive like he normally gets, but I think the first drive and then in between the 20 or after the 20s, you'll see Gibbs in between the 20s, but inside the 20s, I think that's where Montgomery will get a lot of his work.
So it'll be different but the same.
Different but the same.
All right, that's fair. I like it. Third down, fourth down, wherever we're at.
Third down, third question of the Detroit Lions nickel package. If the run is the emphasis, is 55.5 too high?
No.
You talk about the total?
Total.
Yes.
I think so too.
I think so, because you know what this game's going to miss?
What?
3 to 4 possessions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we're still not comfortable with it, KG. We're learning.
Yeah.
We're learning, but we're not comfortable in terms of understanding the impact or game flow because of it. Again, guys, the fourth down thing isn't about going to the craps table. The fourth down thing is not about, I'm putting it out there on the table. There's nothing you can do about it. We're gambling right now. It's not about that. It's very, very calculated. Again, if you do not have the football, you cannot win.
I think a lot of people are looking at this almost like that game with the Eagles and the Commanders. Gosh, I want to call them the Redskins every time. With the Eagles and the Commanders. And Neil, to your point, this is going to be more of a calculated chess match. I think that number's way too high. I think they're trying to grab you in. I mean, put it to you this way, okay? 31 points. This is 31-21. You still don't hit it. Lions win by 10, barely cover the number. Let's see where it goes off tomorrow. You still don't hit it. That's still 52 points. And I'm looking at something like that, Neil. 31-21, something in that area.
And Sean, let's work backwards from that real quick. 31-21, right? So you're talking 4 touchdowns and a field goal for the Lions. You're talking 3 touchdowns for the Commanders. Again, you get in a game where each side's only going to get it a maximum of 8 times, 9 times. You see what I'm saying here?
1,000%?
You're running out of possessions to be able to do it. Let's go for it. It's fourth down.
Fourth down. But running quarterbacks, he has to be next level, right?
Real quick, in the super chat, in the Woodward Sports chat room, Tev Sauce 2, Monty first touchdown scores, calling my name. Get that lubed up crowd rocking early.
We got a couple super chats that we couldn't get to because obviously we had the guests on there. Shout out to the chat summary AI thing is blocking his name.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. Dante151, Neil Rule confirms that Tom Brady is an emo. LOL. And then we have Burn in the Woodward Sports chat saying, that story by Hondo reminds me of when the Lions got screwed by some early calls in Dan's tenure. Sheila said she was going to meet Goodell in person. Suddenly the shady calls dried up, mostly anyway. And then Cannons Reloaded said, I am almost 61 years of age and have been a fan since 71. 72 Miami team Super Bowl. I used to hate the baby blue colors. That being said, I totally bought into the Honolulu blue. Go Lions.
Damn right.
There you go. Absolutely. Good catch on those two,
Jaden
by the way,
Daniels
Spenny.
is going to have to be superhuman. I mean, really, they can't run. We all know that. He is going to have to be superhuman if they have any chance in this game. And to be honest with you, and I don't like thinking this way, but this goes back to something that Hondo said. I cannot believe what little bitches a lot of our fan base is. And I'm going to go off on it at some point in time today. It would be one of those games where people would be talking about what Jaden Daniels did at our expense if they're going to win that game. That's the only path for a Washington victory. Is that guy has to be superhuman.
It's got to be LeBron against the Pistons.
Yep. Yeah, seriously.
Yep. Like where you're just like
right. Tip my hat.
What do you got
it,
do?
Big dog. Like,
but again, it's just the same. But he's a running quarterback. You don't run the football on the Lions.
You don't.
I got years of data to suggest that's the case.
And it'd be different if your run game was based around your backs. Your quarterback is your leading rusher. Do you really want to put him at risk a whole game against a physical Lions defense? I don't think you do.
If he runs the ball 10 times, he's going to go to the blue tent once.
Yeah.
I promise you that. And I won't feel bad about it. I'll look you right in the eye right now. This isn't about friendship. If he puts himself at risk, he's going to pay the price. And if it takes a flag to do it, then it takes a flag to do it. As Magic Johnson said to Isaiah Thomas, or about Isaiah Thomas. If he comes at it, and if he comes to the rack and I got to put him in the ground, it's just that way now. Mm-hmm. Sorry about it.
Fifth question of the Detroit Lions nickel package. Goff versus man coverage.
He gonna eat.
There's nothing else to say.
He gonna eat.
Amon-Ra versus a rookie slot cornerback.
Right.
No.
Well, no, that's going to just further the narrative. He's a slot merchant.
Yeah.
A well-paid slot merchant at that. You goddamn right he is.
Damn.
You're right.
I hate that we have a slot merchant.
Two-time first-team All-Pro. Damn it.
I keep saying this, you guys, and football's not all the numbers, but, I mean, you look at the way this matches up, okay? And if you're a Commander fan, and like Neil said, I know you're there. I know you know this better than we do. You lived it. You've had a nice season. Your future is bright. You have a shining gem as your franchise savior, okay? But there are limitations on that defensive side of the ball, and they're all limitations that this offense can pick apart at will. That's the way it is, man.
Simple as that. I mean, the run defense is so bad and our run defense is so good, you got to respect it. And once they start cheating some of them safeties and them linebackers up, we're going to make them pay.
Waymo.
Real quick, Spenny, before we cut to the break, is there a way that we could switch the break up where I could and then we're producing on the fly a little bit, or no?
Whatever you want.
Or do you want to run the second best in New Holland for me real quick?
No, yeah, we can do whatever you want. We can do Mark White and Feldman right now.
All right, yeah. Can you run the Feldman for me then?
Yeah,
let's do that real quick.
All right, well, let me tell you about Mark White, because if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White will get it done. Save up to $5,000 on your new home on the closing costs. Yeah. Just visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242, markwhitesells.com. Again, Mark White will get you into your dream home. That's right, your dream home, markwhitesells.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or Bust Lions network. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. We just had Jay Feldman in here talking about the new release that they got. I'm not going to say it as eloquently as Neil did, but the Ineos Grenadier, their new luxury SUV, that thing is sweet, man. I'm looking at it right now. Very, very cool. Obviously, the Detroit Auto Show is in town, so make sure you check out. Feldman is going to be a huge part of that, but this is Feldman Chevrolet. They are Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. They have tons of locations. Find one in your backyard, like the Novi location that's in Sean's backyard. We go live from there every other week here at Woodward Sports, so make sure you check out Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
All right, Big D Energy, glad you could join us. Neil Rule in. I'm Sean Belegian in for Darren McCarty. Just give me a second here, because I saw some of this, and Spenny, I liked a few of your posts during the course of the week. When we were talking to Hondo was great.
Shout
Go
out
back
Hondo.
and watch it. Hondo was outstanding. Hondo, and I'm paraphrasing here, said, man, Lion fans need to start acting like they're the gold standard. Because here's a guy out in Vegas that said, we are the gold standard. And Spenny, you said it best during the week. And this is not broad brush statement, okay? This is not everybody.
The vocal minority.
This is the very vocal minority. Man, some of you are bitches.
Hoes.
I am serious. Wait,
Oh.
the Lions have home field advantage. We were arguably the best team in the NFL. And you're all shitting on Neil for telling people how Saturday's going to go? Don't jinx it. Oh, I'm superstitious. Don't jinx it.
Oh, don't forget
We've been burned so many times before. We've never been in a position like this before, man.
Yep.
Right?
Don't forget, we don't speak for Detroit, so just keep that in mind.
Exactly.
We know what this is.
We're calling the shots now, KG.
No.
The Detroit Lions are calling the shots.
And they are the #1 seed for a reason. So this is why I have confidence. I said this on the morning show all week long. It's not about disrespect. You know, I can say on one hand that the Commanders, they do have a very nice team. They made something of a season that they weren't supposed to make it this far. And they have a future franchise quarterback. But the Lions are on a different tier, and that's okay. It's not about disrespect. We're just better, flat out.
That was my back and forth with the Viking fans this year.
Yeah.
It really was. Neil and I talked about it 12 weeks ago. All right, congratulations. You're having a nice year. Tip of the cap. We're better than you. And you know what? They went out and proved it twice. So, Neil, it's weird this week. Maybe it's because for some, we haven't been here before. Okay? Like, I posted something the other day. I said, hey, Detroit and Washington have faced each other 3 times in the playoffs. Washington is 3-0. All the games are at Washington. We're at Washington. This is in Detroit. Hey, man, why are you going to be so negative? What are you going to bring up the past? The past is irrelevant. It's like, dude, don't you understand what the fuck I'm saying? Like, seriously, take that. I know that you're butthurt over things that happen. We're calling the shots now. This game is at Ford Field with arguably the best home field advantage, and I don't say that lightly, in the National Football League. And Neil, man, the pushback is some of your comments this week, and quit being a bitch. We earned it. I'm serious.
I had a hypothesis earlier in the week, and I truly think this is why, like, not all Lions, the majority of Lions fans, they know how good they are. They know that they are the favorite for a reason, and they expect to win. But that vocal minority on Twitter that were acting like complete pussies, I think it's because they are so scared of what they saw Vikings fans trying to paint Lions fans as. You remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh, they tried to push my pregnant girlfriend down the stairs, and they were being mean to me in the locker or at the stadium, and they were calling me names. They saw that. They saw the Eagles fans doing what they did to the Packers fan, and they were so scared to be painted in that light that now they're licking the boots of opposing fan bases. And again, that is the very vocal minority of pussies. The majority of Lions fans know how good they are and expect to win this game, and will say that they expect to win this game. But that vocal minority of pussies that were all over Twitter, I think it's because they're so scared to be painted in that light as a fan base that they're overcompensating.
That's a good theory.
Yeah.
Neil, I vividly remember having a conversation about the Vikings with you before that first game. Hey, you know what? Congratulations. You got a pretty good young coach, too, okay? You're inferior. And then, lo and behold, the Lions went out and proved to them. Especially that last time, exactly how inferior they were. And that's why we started with the pink your little cheeks, because they talked so much shit. There's a time to shut up, and there's a time to talk, okay? At no point in time, Neil, after that game in Minnesota, did the Vikings have room to talk. Remember that glorious 26 and a half hours that they were in first place?
Yes. Oh, that was fun.
People were texting. People were tweeting. It was 26 hours, you adorable, miserable fuck. Like, honestly, come on. Wait, at no point in time did you call the shots. And that's the way I feel about this. So here's the difference between guys like Neil and I, and Spenny, I'll throw you in there, and KG as well. You know what? If we talk the talk and we talk shit, you know where to find me on Monday.
Yeah.
You know where to find Spenny on Monday. You can find Spenny all day, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Neil and I promise
Spenny,
you.
Spike, whoever.
But are you a Commander fan? I promise you that Neil and I will be on from 11 to 1. You can take shots all day. But y'all that are talking shit, you go hide. You don't respond when it comes the other way. We're better than you, and we're going to prove it tomorrow. Period.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, Jeff Segal in the Super Chat. Great to hear Hondo on Mark Davis. Would love to hear his thoughts on Black Mark Davis. Remember Black Mark Davis?
Black Mark Davis was a legendary moment.
It was. Yeah, we need to find Black Mark Davis. He just appeared one day. Remember?
Yeah.
He just appeared.
Just showed up.
And then sat down, did the interview, and then was gone, never to be heard from again, which is wild. So Black Mark Davis, if you're out there, we need to catch back up with you, especially with
Mark Davis is awesome. That's fantastic.
It was so funny.
Lofton in the chat. New crib, Lofton. Where's that? Austin. Where's that? Texas. What's in front? Benz's. What else? Lexus. All right, KG. Lofton, JD5 is Superman. You'll see. We'll all see. That's a Sean Belizean quote.
He'll show us.
You'll see.
I'm at it with you Lion fans. You'll all see. Where are those Viking fans at anyway?
Oh, they lost.
Where they at?
Lost.
Yeah, weird.
They're putting JJ hype videos on Twitter.
I never heard from one of them. I want you to think about that.
Yeah.
Like, I was hitting these guys up during the week. KG, I started getting killed. Guilt by association because of him.
Yeah, I know.
No problem. No problem. I never heard from one of them.
No,
Not a one.
They're pussy.
They still trying to blame the refs for a 31-9 point loss.
Like,
Yeah.
and that is one thing I do want to make that major difference is I actually like the Commanders. Like I said, I like Jaden Daniels. I like Dan Quinn. I like Brian Robinson. I like Terry McLaurin. I like Deron Payne. Their fan base seems pretty cool with the interactions I've had on Twitter.
Yeah,
and even in the chat, going back and forth. That's gamesmanship. You know, that's just all part of the week. They're not pussies like the Vikings fans. Vikings fans are pussies. And I hate them and their fan base outside of One Bar. One Bar's the man. Shout out to him. But Commanders fans actually seem just like regular football fans, unlike the Vikings.
Hey, Spenny, when everybody around the nation is dancing on your grave, that's a you problem.
That's a you problem.
Yep.
And that's what happened. I mean, people were having a hell of a lot of fun at the expense. I gave a storybook breakdown of the Vikings season, and it was like viewed 1.4 million times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not me, baby.
That's you. It's like Cat Williams says. If one person says something about you, okay. But if 110 people say something about you, it's true.
Yeah.
Like, it's true. And that's what's true about Vikings fans. Colton's Cardboard in the Super Chat. You think we're going to lose to a team that can't even agree on their name? Redskins, Commanders. Also, what state are you in? D.C., Maryland, Virginia?
It doesn't even exist. It's a fictitious place.
It's a district.
Right.
It's a goddamn district. It's the Hunger Games.
There's no lies detected. Dante151 in the Super Chat. Only one true Superman was Cam Newton, not JD15. Wait, when did he become JD15? Was that this week?
No, he's JD5, I thought. Is he JD15? Was that a misprint?
No, it's JD5. Yeah.
Okay, so there it was, a misprint.
I'm like,
okay.
what?
Even that. When was it JD5?
I never heard that.
I never heard that before this week.
I
Was
guess
it this week?
Yeah, that's their nickname for him, I guess.
What,
JD5.
just JD.
How about just Jaden Daniels?
How
You see how the nickname game goes, by the way, right? AR-15?
Right.
You seen that act,
That-
right?
That was
I mean,
fire, but he's not a good player.
Yeah,
so-
he's soft for changing his number for sure.
Yeah.
Like
That was fire.
AK-47 is probably the best nickname jersey combo thing of all time.
Fantastic.
Andre Karolinko, baby.
Yeah. Yep.
Stop playing.
Lofton, 100% you will. Detroit hasn't played well against the option. This kid is unique. You haven't faced it.
The option. The option. He's gonna roll out in the wishbone. Neil, you and I watching the Big 8 back in the day. They're gonna roll out in the bone.
Hey, go watch some Alex Anzalone highlights and tell me we're not gonna be able to guard that.
I'm at the point where he can get his shit off. Who else is going to beat us on that Washington Commanders offense?
1,000%.
There are 2 players to worry about on the Commanders offense, and it's Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. And
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You won't have the football because we will have it. I've never seen a quarterback ever in the history of football at any level dominate a game without the football.
It's a fact.
It's true.
Like, come on, man. Corey Berry, AR-15, best QB in the history of pro days. It wasn't he threw it and it hit the ceiling one time.
And then he did the backflip, and it got me, not gonna lie.
He got me.
How many times, Skydog722, Neil, is it time for Sean's baby talk about the Commanders?
No, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
No.
Like
no,
I said, they're not the Vikings.
No, you're not. No, I can't put you
They
in
still
that.
wet behind the ears, man. They still
They're
trying
a
to
little
find
wet.
their way.
You know what? They're not babies. They're like that prepubescent kid.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, this kid could have. Okay, those shoulders. He might grow to a big strapping lad, but you're not. No, this isn't. Because that was the Vikings.
That was the Vikings.
Yeah,
That was
that's
the
cute.
And
That shit was cute.
Before we go to break, Ted Sauce 2 in the Woodward Sports chat says his mama called him Jaden, so I'm going to call him Jaden. Shout out. Neil, what about second best bar?
Second best, man. You guys know what it is. It's becoming a staple for the pregame, pre-concert, whatever you got going on there. 42 Watson Street. The Woodward Sports pregame show will be there tomorrow. That is tomorrow. 1 to 3. Sean Belizean, Spencer Raxter have you covered. I'll be doing play-by-play for Oakland, Detroit in the Metro Series. But Spencer and I are going to flip duties. I'm going to let the fans watch. And Spenny's going to do the pregame show. And you can join it. You guys are going to be down there. Hey, they're open at 10 a.m. I expect you guys to be out there because I know I'll be out there.
It's going to be a long day.
It's going to be a long day, everybody. Strap in, everybody.
Yeah.
Get ready to go. Second Best has you covered. 42 Watson Street. It's a lot of fun down there, man. Great atmosphere. Second Best, come get some.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
A rule here for New Holland Brewing over on the west side of the state. Michigan company as well.
Elite!
They make the eliteness that is
Me
taller.
and Sean are going to be pounding these boys.
the Dutch long drink. They take their New Holland small batch gin, they mix it and scratch it with a little grapefruit puree, and what happens? Magic happens in that Argyle can. It's the best drink in the drink game. I'm telling you guys this. And by the way, I mess with Tangerine Space Machine IPA as well. That is good. It's not like overly IPA. You know what I'm saying? So if you're one of those people, if like those rich IPAs aren't your bag, Tangerine Space Machine is your bag, and their bourbon is elite as well. It's New Holland Brewing, man. They're doing it right. All right, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Sean, I got something popping here in a couple minutes. I think I told you, this is the weekend that my buddies, and we would always go to Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. and watch the games and the debauchery that is Las Vegas. They're out there right now. I am not, because we have Woodward duties and I have college basketball duties, and the schedule just didn't line up, which happens. That doesn't mean I can't get down on that roulette wheel, and we're going to do it shortly.
I can't.
They're going to VMix in live from Las Vegas.
They're on right now.
They're on right now?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to my friend.
Can I just say this quickly before I heard that MLK weekend is off the hook. I've had a buddy that's gone for like 10 years, and same thing as you.
Yeah.
He asked me every year to the point he doesn't ask me anymore. I was like, dude, I got too much going on. I got to call a game here. I got to be there. I heard that it's absolutely just packed this weekend, huh?
Absolutely. Let's go to the scene right now in Las Vegas. All my buddies are out there right now. Doug, Ryan, Terminal Dennis in the house as well. So, Doug, how much we rolling and what color are we on?
Well, looks like we're going to be rolling about $600 on black.
There we go.
All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
We're going to roll over there right now.
We're going over to the roulette wheel in Las Vegas. Where are we at in Vegas?
Gambling.
Right now we are at MGM.
MGM. So there you go. So that's it, Sean. We got a little $600 pieced together there.
Isn't that awesome?
I'm responsible for one of those blacks, by the way, KG. So we're betting on black. There you go.
You better be betting on black.
We've been shut down. We've been shut down from filming at the table, so I'm gonna have to give you the play-by-play.
Okay, there you go. So all right, Terminal Dennis, noted Lions fan, Terminal Dennis. How you feeling this week going into the weekend?
I'm good right now, but positively nervous. Let's put it that way. If that makes any sense.
Well, you're never not going to be
just
nervous.
Nervous energy. As you're well aware of, I get. No problem. I'd step back from the table, gentlemen.
Okay, cool.
Way back.
Live show,
they're
baby.
They're changing the money in now. We're not.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to hand you back to Doug. He's going to explain.
Okay, cool.
So we ended up going to a table that was already being videotaped, and they will not allow us to video it, so we're rolling to the high limit room.
Okay. See, there you go.
Okay.
We're not to be deterred. Then. That's how we operate. That's how we operate.
Oh, so that's how you want to work? All right, we're high rollers now. What up now, bitch?
In the super chat, by the way, as we get going, Tev Sauce too. His mama called him Jaden. I'm going to call him Jaden. So there's that out there as well. Robert Stevens, crush him, Neil. Corey Berry, black or red, best odds in the casino. Leo says that makes no sense. But yeah. Caston Reed, we're going to watch a live arrest. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think so. Adiz 411, he looks like Ryan Ermanni. He does kind of.
A little bit.
Yeah, he does
there is
kind
an
of.
Ermanni thing.
Yeah. Wow. So they're making their way over to the high limit room over there at MGM. We'll get down. How far away are you guys?
Just walking in.
Just walking in. All right, there you go. Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there.
We got fellow Lions fan in the house.
Lions fan out there in Vegas. Let's go.
Yeah. Turn up, baby.
What up, there you go. Absolutely. So the Lions fans are out there. No, but I'm telling you guys, when we rolled out there like last year, everywhere. I
believe it.
And the fans, all the other football fans, were pulling for us out there.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, isn't that we were the cute story last year, whether we want to admit it or not, right? We were. Mm-hmm. And now everybody hates us. I love it.
Because the shit not cute no more.
Right. I love it, baby.
Yeah, because your favorite team is catching that work
exactly.
now. No doubt. All right, so what we got? Terminal Dennis, we're in there. We're putting the chips down, huh?
We are. The chips are being exchanged.
Okay.
Live gambling, baby. Nothing like it.
Here we
this
go.
is dope.
The group's all together.
All on black.
Awesome.
You got
there
damn right.
it is.
You damn right.
Awesome. Come on.
Yeah. He's counting it up right now. We're getting ready to go. I can't be there, but I'm still there right now, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Nick Pancone put it all on green. 0 split. We'll see what happens. Caston Reed, Lions in the high roller room, biting kneecaps. I see. Absolutely. Yeah, let's go. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right, there. Boom.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go,
Everybody's
baby.
in there. Here we go.
You can't get this nowhere else.
He's getting the spin.
I have to pan off again, guys. Sorry, they yelled at me.
Okay, that's cool. Give us the play-by-play terminal, Dennis.
I will.
Give me my money, Dennis.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
The ball is rolling. The ball is spinning.
It's spinning right now.
The anticipation's killing me. Trust me.
Yeah.
Still spinning.
Are we close?
Starting to slow down.
Starting to slow down. Here we go. The moment of truth.
Let's go.
It's starting.
Clink.
Still
clink,
going.
clink, clink.
Let's
Not
go.
yet.
Come on. When's it clinking?
It's clinking.
Clink,
We have.
clink, 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 clink.
We have.
We have. Let's go!
Let's go!
What up, Doug?
You always bet on black, baby.
KG, your thoughts?
We here. We here.
Do you want to stay for one more? Because Doug wants to do it again. He's pressing. He's pressing.
He's pressing. All right, run the winnings back. Run the winning back.
Double down on black.
Again.
Run it back.
Said yeah.
All right,
Yes.
take my profit and put it back out there.
All right, I don't know if you want to bet on black twice.
Yeah. Just put the profit. $100 back out there.
This is how Vegas gets you, people.
Yeah.
Live looking of how Vegas gets you.
You are not going to find this shit elsewhere.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
We have $1,000. We have $1,000 on black right now. Table limit.
All right. See, he's running my
black.
he's running my 100 back
The ball
out
is
there.
rolling.
All right.
This is literally how Vegas gets you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every time. Let me know when that clinks.
This is gonna be. If he wins, this is gonna be electric. We're bouncing. We're bouncing. We're bouncing.
Bang! Bang!
Time to fly home. Get on the plane. You're out. Out.
Yes, sir.
It's 9:30 in the morning.
Oh man!
I'm going. Yeah!
Oh, we gotta have celebratory bourbon.
I need the
got to
biggest
have-
prime rib, have
Yes.
a few drinks, and be on a plane.
Oh my God!
Let's go.
Neil's pouring up his bourbon.
Yeah! Shout out, man!
Neil's
Shout
pulling
out
out
to
the
y'all.
whiskey down. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yes, sir.
man.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Hold on. I gotta get the olive out.
Neil's getting his bourbon
Oh,
ready
that
right now.
is
for
so
you
damn
guys.
Technical
good.
difficulties.
That's pure electricity.
Oh.
And I love the way you guys walked out of there too.
Larry Bird, put the finger up and walk right out.
Shout out Varchaz for the Bourbon Friday.
You goddamn right.
Hold on. Doug, Lance, Dennis, Ryan, I'm in there with you.
Toast.
Salute everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'll talk to you guys soon. Hell, I'm coming out tonight.
Thanks,
Whatever. I'll
boys.
quit.
All right, fellas, let's roll.
All right, there he
All right,
is.
guys, let's
Go Lions.
Oh, that's electric, man.
That is
is
fire,
fucking
dog.
electric right there.
I even dropped a couple what up does, and KG didn't yell at me.
I didn't.
Is it getting better?
It sounded natural.
What
a
up,
little
dope?
bit. You putting too much emphasis on the dough, but we gonna get there.
What up, dope?
Eric Allen, get a 4-piece and the biscuit.
Hell yeah.
Dexter James, he called game. Jonesy put 100 on 26. Jonesy.
Yeah, right.
No.
Relax.
No.
That's how you double up, then double up again.
Right.
Well done, gentlemen.
Reality check. Let's slow it down now.
In theory, you're 11 spins away from being a millionaire, right?
Yeah, that is. So when you put it that way. Holy shit. Live on air gambling. You can't. This is America, baby.
There is
It's
a rush
America.
at that place, especially like when you're in the sports book and you hit. I think I told you the famous Tim Tebow Ole Miss game. I finished on a 16 parlay, and it was one of those things where we were supposed to go to Blue Man Group. True story.
Yeah.
And you guys met my wife, and my wife's going, we got to get out of here. And I turned around and looked at her, and I said, give me 2 minutes, because if you give me 2 minutes, I will hand you. I don't even want to say how much money it was.
God.
It was just, think 16 college football parlay. And she was like, well, why didn't you say that? And Ole Miss ended up hitting, and it was a huge payday. And it was funny. I was watching with all these Gator fans who were just giving me shit because in the parlay I had Ole Miss, and they were all like, "Way to go, Michigan! Way to go, Michigan!" They were even celebrating because it was an astronomical number. I'm not gonna lie. It was one of those numbers. But man, when somebody else knows, complete strangers knows you're about to hit, everybody's fired up because we're all used to getting slapped in the ass by Vegas, man.
Yeah.
The house always wins. So there's an electricity in that place that you cannot put a price tag on.
Neil, I can't hold you. When you always describe Terminal Dennis, I always pictured him as some frail man, just won't come out the house, just he looks normal.
He's a big guy.
He looks normal, man.
He's tall, man.
What are you so worried about the Lions for, man?
Yeah.
Come on.
He just is. Michelle with the super chat was at a bar last night on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. The bartender shouted to a friend, "I'm crushing on Campbell," to which his friend replied, "Damn right." So there you go.
Way to go.
Shout out, Michelle. I haven't seen you in here before, but thanks for the super chat, and we'll do it. Greg, Ryan Mafia. No, Ryan's the negotiator of the group.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys might expect, as the evening goes on, I continue my activities.
Of course you
So I
do.
need someone to do the talking for me.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And he's the guy.
And
So
Byrne also in the Woodward Sports chat says, take it home and spend the rest on the trip chilling out on Keno. Hey, shout out to you guys. Shout out to the squad there making their money. And, if you got a little extra cash and need somewhere to spend it, you can just go to Jars. Because our Woodward Sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of recreational cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations are right in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. And if you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way. Jars Cannabis, make sure you check them out. They're the best name when it comes to cannabis.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
New year, new you. How about new car? Let's Stand for Buick GMC is here to get you in a 2025 Hummer EV SUV for 24 months with 10,000 miles a year for only $699 a month, just $1999 down payment, or a 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab, 24 months with 10,000 miles a year for only $359 per month. Sign and drive, no money required. GM discount required for both. Get to Let's Stand for today or click the QR code on the screen and check them out with their massive inventory. Let's Stand for Buick GMC, letsstandfor.com.
All right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Sean Belesian in for D-Mac. We got Spencer Raxter. We got KG. We got my squad out there in Vegas. Jason Kenyon, man, made close to 2K off of 600. Yeah, everything was pressed. Everything was pressed. So there you go. And there's the aftermath right there. The bourbon in tow.
Yeah.
So
High Roller Club,
There
baby.
we go.
that's it.
High Rollers, baby.
Nope, that's
Hey,
it.
that's their fault. That's MGM's fault.
They made that happen.
They made that choice. They sent them down to the high roller rule. You
Yep.
get what you get. Right there. And you don't get upset.
No, absolutely. So shout out to Barchaz, by the way, for the Bourbon Friday hookup. As always, I can afford a couple of bottles of the Barchaz if I so choose.
You can almost get Lions tickets with that money.
Almost. All right. We got to rip through some nickel packages, man. We got a Commanders one?
Yeah, we got a Commanders.
Absolutely. All right, let's take a look at it from the other side, shall we? The Washington Commanders, nickel package.
All right, first question of the Washington Commanders nickel package. I mean, because of what they put Jaden Daniels as, Josh Allen mixed with Tom Brady, mixed with Patrick Mahomes.
Come on.
We saw what beat the Lions against the Bills was Josh Allen getting out, buying time, and then finding running backs out of the backfield. Does Austin Eckler out of the backfield concern you?
Low key, yeah. And I'm compromised from this perspective, Sean, because I was one that got burned in the Austin Eckler thing in fantasy last year. And he was jettisoned out of there. You forgot about him.
Yep.
And then he was a guy I went back to in fantasy at like the end of the draft. And he low key had a good season. Given his usage with where he was, I know what he was before. He was an elite running back in the game, but he was not elite because of the way he ran the football. He's an elite pass catcher for the position. So, yeah, he concerns me a little bit.
A little bit, though. A little bit. I don't think that's going to beat you. I'm going to stand on the Jaden Daniels has to be Superman. And I don't know, was it you, KG? Terry's the only other guy I have to worry about on that offense.
Yeah, seriously.
That's it.
I mean,
that's it.
He's not the Austin Eckler that we once knew from the Chargers. He spent a lot of this year injured. He hasn't played that many games with Jaden Daniels, and he hasn't really made that much of an impact. And seeing that they have no run game whatsoever, I'm not worried about him.
And I think the biggest impact and the biggest equalizer that Austin Eckler won't be a problem compared to what we dealt with in the Bills game is Alex Anzalone being back. Alex Anzalone not in that Bills game played a huge role in those running backs getting open.
In Spenny, like it was, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
In the Minnesota game, I was like, wow, I didn't recognize it.
You didn't realize the impact.
Yeah,
you really didn't.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew, we all knew, but we didn't know.
No, I think
and
that's
now
the best
I
way
know.
to put it. Yeah.
Second down.
Second question of the Commanders nickel package. Bobby Wagner has been missing practices, dealing with a little injury, but he's going to play, right? He's
probably.
Bobby Wagner.
Why is he there?
Yeah.
This is why he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick in the chat, super chat, Jason Kenya, the Washington, what's your name today? This is why Greg, Neil drinks apple juice. No, sir. This is Varchas. Over there in Chicago Road, by the way. Shout out to him. This is why he's doing it. When you're a vet, dude, this is it. Like, all the other stuff doesn't matter. That's why he signed.
No, 100%. This goes back to what we were talking about with Monty as well. How much of it is pain resiliency? If it's just pain resiliency, okay, I feel pretty cool about it. Guys want to go. It has to be catastrophic for you not to go this time of year, man. It just does.
Yeah, and I am a huge fan of linebacker play. Like, 3 of my favorite players of all time are Patrick Willis, Ray Lewis, and Luke Kuechly.
Dogs.
And like Bobby Wagner is approaching like top 10 linebacker in the history of the NFL status, like with what he's doing, what he's done his whole career, and how he's still making all pro teams. Like, Bobby Knuckles, dude, this guy is special. He's going to play for sure. He would have to literally have an aneurysm to like be out of this game. He's going to play 1,000%.
Yeah, him and Frankie Louvu is a nice linebacker combo.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I give him credit.
Yeah.
Should have signed with the Lions, but okay, whatever. If the Lions wanted him, that is.
Yeah.
We
All
don't
right,
know.
next question on the Commanders nickel package. If Zeitler misses this game, does the interior pass rush of Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen, does that concern you at all?
Yeah,
No.
he is confirmed out, by the way.
Yeah.
He is.
Christian Mahogany in.
Right. And, oh, by the way, Sean, Christian, because we're talking about like a perennial Pro Bowl guy in Zeitler that's missing. And it's amazing how dismissive we are of that, isn't it? Am I?
You're on the
Am I underestimating
dude,
it?
You're on the exact. A few weeks ago, I would have been going like this. After watching what I watched the last few weeks, with him doing what he did with those defenses, when everybody and their brother thought, hey, what happened in that Bills game? You better get used to it. That's a sign of things to come. Watching AG do AG things, and Spenny, you were on this before a lot of other people were. And I still don't think that man gets the respect he deserves. Because of what I've seen, nah. I know that sounds crazy. And 3 weeks ago, I would have laughed at you. I was one of those guys saying, man,
Yeah.
you just can't overcome some of this stuff. And KG, after watching what I watch, I'm just not as concerned about it.
No, you shouldn't be. And Mahogany is somebody that has developed very, very quickly. I like how he stepped in earlier in the regular season when he did get opportunities to play. And yeah, I'm not worried about him, man. He's going to stand in there, and really is where he's going to make his money is the pass blocking. We all know run blocking is one thing, but keeping Jared Goff protected against a pretty formidable pass rush, as long as he does that, they'll be fine.
And you won't find a safer confine for a rookie guard to be placed in the entire NFL than in between Frank Ragnow and Penei Sewell. You're putting him in between two All-Pros. He already showed us this year that he is more than capable of filling in and playing a guard spot in the NFL when he had to fill in for Glasgow. And I'm telling you right now, like, you thought that run to the right side was aggressive when Zeitler was in there. No disrespect, but you put the dirtbag in there next to Penei Sewell, they are going to be fucking moving people. Like, that right side of that offensive line in the run game is going to be moving people. I'm excited to see Penei Sewell next to Christian Mahogany, because they are going to be attacking dudes in the run game. But next question of the Commanders nickel package: is Jaden Daniels enough? He's not enough.
Nope. Hero ball can't save you. This team is too elite.
I'm going to say that unless he does something historic, and I'm serious, unless he does something historic that we're all going to be talking about, no. He would have to go superhuman. I mean, literally. And he would have to do it in the amount of possessions that Neil's been talking about all morning. I mean, you're talking about every time they get the ball going full Josh Allen, like Josh Allen did against it. Like, you knew as well as I, they weren't stopping him. Okay?
Yep.
And we would know pretty early, okay, it's going to be one of those days. I just don't see it.
And
I don't see it.
He played okay in the wild card game, but they still barely won by a field goal.
Right.
I think a lot of people are taking that away like he's some world beater. They barely got past the Bucs. If they go to overtime with the Bucs, I don't know if they come out with that victory.
Just give the Bucs 10 possessions instead of 7.
There you go.
And
they couldn't stop their receivers. Bucky Irvin got 80 yards on the ground almost.
He was getting the corner every time.
Yeah.
That's what intrigues me. Like, if you think Bucky Irvin was getting the corner, what's Jahmyr Gibbs going to do, bro?
Thank you.
And those will be chunk plays, too. Oh, by the way, Christian Mahogany, 6th-round pick.
Going to be a starting guard for the entire year next year.
Cool.
Yeah. Show future right
that
there.
That sounds good.
6th-round pick.
Boy, the draft is kind of important, isn't it?
Kid's a stud. And he likes Dune 2, and he likes The Sopranos. Chris Mahogany, I feel like me and Chris Mahogany would be boys. Like, all right, but next question, final question of the Commanders nickel package: how impressed with Dan Quinn's coaching performance are you so far this year?
It's fine.
Yeah,
like it's fine. They have a good quarterback, and when you have a good quarterback in this league, you win games. And when you play the type of schedule that they played, you're going to win games. And they have. And that's not a slight, by the way, Commanders fans. Like, everybody chill out. But I think that we've seen that, right? Intimately here in Detroit. We've seen the impact of the NFL schedule. And it's something we had never paid attention to prior to this year.
I think, Neil, he gets the NFL today as well. You know, I see a lot of Campbell-like characteristics there.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I like
he
that.
values possessions.
Right.
Yeah.
I will remind people, I have watched them look really poor this year at times, and
people are forgetting
you guys know that better than anybody.
No, and Dan Quinn, I didn't necessarily believe in it when they first got him. I thought he was just be a stopgap to kind of get them over the hump. But he's been good, man. You don't know what Dan Quinn you're ever going to get, whether it's the Cowboy one, the Seahawk one. But ultimately, I think you got to give credit to Cliff Kingsbury and how he's been able to operate with a rookie quarterback and drawing up that offense for them. But like I said, it's no match for what we got going on here, but it's been nice.
By the way, the Washington wins this year feature the Giants, the Cardinals, the Browns, the Panthers, the Bears, the Giants again, the Titans, the Saints, the Falcons, and the Cowboys.
They played the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, right? That was like the 4:30 game.
Yeah.
I just remember like being completely disinterested in that game very quickly. Like, it was just one of those days. And I think a lot of people thought, if you remember, that Washington was going to fade. I mean, to their credit, they didn't.
Correction. They played the Giants on Thanksgiving, I believe.
No, they played the Cowboys,
Yeah, but-
which they lost.
okay.
They lost to the Cowboys.
They lost
by
to
the
the
way.
Cowboys. And I just remember watching that and going, oh, Washington was a cute little story for a while, because how do you lose that game?
Right.
But you know what? Good for them. They got it back. They knocked off Philly in that legendary game that, I'm not going to lie to you, Washington fans, you guys probably know this. I think all of us were Commander fans that afternoon, that particular afternoon, because
Facts.
the phone started blowing up when you guys won that game. But Neil, again, look at how many games they had to win late. Look at how many times they had to do it in dramatic, like almost unthinkable fashion, like the Bears game. You could run that 238 times. It's going to happen but once. And I think I'm being really nice to the odds there, right? I mean, that's not supposed to work like that.
No, absolutely. And oh, by the way, factor in a couple of special teams touchdowns in that fourth quarter of that Cowboys game. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the Lions special teams they're all right.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Leaf back.
Yeah, Spenny, let the fans watch.
Let the fans watch the live watch party and post-game show for the Woodward Sports Network. Have a new home. They'll be at Gillies downtown for the playoffs, so make sure you come check it out. Presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, their signature wings. They got 7 different flavors for you to choose from. Try them all and choose your favorite for yourself. My personal favorite is the spicy garlic, but like I said, 7 different flavors. Try all of them and make your own decision. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. To find one near you, go to Sorokis.com.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, KG, Spencer Raxter. Burn in the Super Chat. Anyone would have a 12th ranked pass defense with that record. Too bad the Lions have beaten 4 better pass defenses and dropped 34+ on 3 of them. See, it's just when you get past the nerves and you get, because we're not comfortable with the stakes. I think I've drilled down on what the problem is.
I am.
We are not comfortable with the stakes.
100%.
Like, this is the ultimate stakes. We are, right now, we are the Bills and we are the Ravens.
Yep.
We are. It's all out there right now. There is no safety net.
We like your homeboys at the craps table right now.
But imagine that was the grocery money.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no alternative.
But the Lions are the #1 seed for a reason.
But I listed 3 teams, but there's only going to be one winner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a zero-sum game for the rest of them. We either win this Super Bowl or we do not. That's it. So I think that's the root of this. Of the scare, the nervousness, all of it. I think that is the problem with it, Sean.
No, that's exactly it. You guys wrap your arms around this. I promise you, nothing Neil says today or tomorrow has any bearing on that game. I promise you. And it is amazing to me when I hear, don't jinx it. Did you hear what KG said? Stop it! I just don't
get it either.
Get it? Stick your chest out. This is. We aren't the cute Vikings here. Seriously, stick your chest out.
It is all on the line.
It's We are them.
They've done the work.
Right. We earned this, man. They got home field advantage. Stick your chest out. Enjoy this.
Nope. And all the old shit has no bearing on what happened Saturday night.
Nothing to do with it.
Nothing. Zero, zip, zilch.
We slay dragons now. Oh, we haven't beat Washington in the playoff? Well, we're just going to have to change that tomorrow. I mean,
you mean the team we haven't played since 1999, since before HD television? I'm tired of hearing about that. I see the media starting to push that one out there, too.
Just, you know what? Yeah, so go change it. That's what we're going to do tomorrow.
Zach Soap in the super chat. That roulette win even had canine barking. KG, you're wrong, bro. I had Eckler in fantasy. He's a beast out of the backfield. No, he was. In the super chat, too. Michigan 0626. What a special unicorn bottle of liquor. Oh, what special unicorn bottle of liquor is everyone going to open if the Lions pull it off and win the Super Bowl? I haven't thought about. These are all the things. We're going to discuss this. Like, as we move along in this, guys, we're going to continue to have those discussions.
I'm just focused on the business right now.
And I feel like this is a strength of mine, Sean, where we're going to do this, and it's going to have nothing to do with football.
No, that's it. This goes beyond football. This is generations of people. This is neighborhoods where every kid felt the need to pick a team B because you couldn't root for the Lions in December and January because their season was over. This is for all the people out there like me whose dad and grandfather said, "What are you doing wasting your time?" They have been losers. They are going to be losers your whole life. This is something so beyond that, Neil. It really is.
Mark Gold in the chat. Hey, do you guys remember when the Lions went 15-2? No, Mark, I did. And the reward for that is this week and next week. Other than that, it doesn't mean anything.
No.
Like that's my favorite thing about the NFL playoffs. All the other shit doesn't matter. Whether you barely got in or whether you're the number one seed, we're going to play the game, man.
Yep.
And what happens in that game is what dictates your future. Spenny, you want to do a sports media nickel package real quick? Knock that one down?
Yeah, let's go to break. Let's do this last break, and then we can do it. We'll go early, so we'll have some extra time.
Cool.
Tell us about Planet Fitness.
Just there a couple hours ago, as a matter of fact, Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. There's over 2,600 Planet Fitnesses around the world. There's 50 in the Metro Detroit area alone. And guys, I'm telling you this. I've been a member for over 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. Tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights. And guess what? The unique thing about the weights at Planet Fitness, they weigh the same as that gym that your friends pay $80 a month for. The weights weigh the exact same. Clean locker room, clean facilities, get a shower. You want to use, if you're a Black Card member, just $24.99 a month. You could have 3 memberships to the other gyms for that cost. You can do the hydro massage. All of it is out there and available for you. It's one of the best deals in American consumerism, guys. PlanetFitness.com. Pull in the parking lot, join there. Planet Fitness, don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Neil Rule here for Dr. Pierce, our injury insider. That's right, powered by the Michigan Sports and Spine Center, MRI of Southfield. Doc's elite, man. People love the content. They're gobbling up on social media. And that is because we talk breaking sports injury news. And we know there's been a lot with the Lions. Hasn't mattered, but there's been a lot of injury news with the Lions. But guess what else Dr. Pierce can do? The same thing he did for Darren McCarty. Help get you right physically. If you're a weekend warrior, you got aches and pains or whatever going on, Dr. Pierce can help you with that as well. Trust the man Darren McCarty trusted with his career. Dr. Pierce, powered by the Michigan Sports and Spine Center and MRI of Southfield. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule in here with Sean Belizean, who's in for DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. Steve-O, baby, Neil. Thank you, Neil. I admire your honesty. Guys, I've always told you this. I'm never going to talk into this microphone and lie to you because I'm not one. I can't remember a lot of details all the time because I do so many games. I can't commit memory. So I don't want to have to remember how I'm supposed to feel. So I just tell you how I feel. I'm weird like that. Mark Swarner, $10 super chat.
Man.
Since I get no media coverage for it, and I respect you guys more than anyone, what's your honest opinions on Auburn basketball? I'm an Auburn and Detroit fan in Central Ohio. It's Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl, man.
Bruce Pearl's goated.
100%. He's done it everywhere he's been. And you can question the methods or whatever. That man got Wisconsin-Milwaukee to a Sweet 16.
I talked to him at that Final Four. Just an engaging personality.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
He's just one of those dudes, man. Kind of lights up the room.
No, he is. He's great. I love Bruce. Plus, he and I vibe together. He had some nice things to say to me. So, yeah, I root for that guy. I root for that guy a lot. Dante151 in the Super Chat. When the Lions make the Super Bowl, I'll be cracking open a can of Coppercraft Honolulu Blue drink because I've been waiting to open it when the Lions was that close last year. Let's go, Lions.
Dante, that's a great idea. I might join you.
There you go.
I might join you for
Absolutely. I'll wrap this one up here, too. Jason Kenyon, Lions win the Super Bowl. I'll come be a hobo intern for Woodward. Give me a cot and a gym membership. I'll eat leftovers, too. Pay me and I'll work to bring in more. So there's that one as well. I like doing these. You guys said you like them too, so let's do it again. Sports Media Nickel Package, Benny.
All right, first question of the Sports Media Nickel Package. NFL playoff TV ratings were down 4 this wild card round. Commanders and Bucks were down 19% versus Lions and Rams in the same time slot last year. Is that shocking to you since the greatest quarterback to ever play football, Jaden Daniels, was playing?
Spenny, you don't need to take shots at the guy like that.
Yeah, sorry.
Man, that's rough.
Sorry.
I know he's the opposition, but don't get irregular about it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, Rams-Lions was theater.
It was storybook, yes.
And I don't care who you are in the nation. You love that storyline.
It is that's soap opera for men stuff. It is. Or should I say soap opera for sports fans, because a lot of female fans out there feel the exact same way. That a storyline like that is soap opera for sports fans. So no surprise there.
Yeah, the NFL is WWE. I mean, we all know that.
100%.
This year was a lot of blowouts. I mean, call it what you will, but once we get the more entertaining football, they'll tune in.
But Buccaneers Commanders wasn't, and the greatest quarterback that's ever donned a helmet.
Here's the thing, too. Here's the thing. All you need is one game to make hundreds of bad games go away.
Yep.
Okay? Seriously. You know as well as I do, if we have a classic Bills-Ravens matchup, okay, that makes everything else go away.
Absolutely. Somebody got to go home.
Yeah.
Out of these top-tier quarterbacks, another one going to have another year of misery, so I can't wait to see it.
Remember that Bills-Chiefs game?
Yeah.
You know, where, oh gosh, Kansas City broke their... I can't believe Josh Allen brought him down the field. I can't believe Kansas City just scored in 13 seconds. That undid so much shit.
Yeah.
And people were buzzing about it for 3-4 days after the fact. So, no, Neil, I'm not shocked at all.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Terrell says, because they were boring AF. Young Jay says, that was very Neilish of you, Spenny. It was.
Yeah,
I'm surprised by you.
Yeah,
Man.
sorry. You're rubbing off on me. Pause.
Yeah.
It was Spike.
It was Spike. Yeah, it was the Spike.
Society wronged you.
All right, next question of the Sports Business Nickel Package. Packers-Eagles ratings were down 11% from last year's Packers-Cowboys game. Does the NFL need the Cowboys to be good?
We all say we don't. We all say we hate them. But, Sean, there's too much data.
It's real.
There's too much data.
Jerry knows
and
what he's
I
doing.
can't understand why. For real, I can't. And you'll say it'll go back to the 70s and all that kind of stuff. I don't understand. We've seen dynasties before. We've lived through them. The 49ers, the Chiefs currently. Like, they're no different than any other dynasty.
I think it is different, and I'll tell you why. Because as NFL films are starting to take off, and John Facenda, and I'm not even going to disrespect the man by trying to make my high-pitched voice do a John Facenda, but when he's talking about America's team, and people like us in Detroit, I've said this forever, I watched the JV game at 1 o'clock. That's if the Lions were on the road. Because if they were at home, you couldn't watch them. There's something called the blackout. Look it up. If you like, my kid
Still
thought
wild to
my
me.
kid thought it like I was bullshitting with him.
Yeah, no, that was a
he
real
really
thing.
did. He
I
was
remember
like,
the blackout.
What do you mean?
Sean,
you couldn't watch Lions games?
we don't want you to watch our product on TV.
Right. It was insane.
We would rather you go to the game.
And Neil, you had back in the day Channel 2 on, okay? And it was Cowboys Giants, Cowboys Redskins, Cowboys Eagles, Cowboys, Cardinals. It always seemed like it was the varsity game. And now you got the soap opera that Jerry Jones is. Jerry Jones held a lot of people hostage for 3-4 days in a row with the Mike McCarthy thing. Jerry Jones knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. So, Neil, whether people like it or not is inconsequential.
Terrell says, no, we don't.
The NFL's a better place with the Dallas Cowboys.
Terrell says.
Yeah, them losing in the playoffs, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's great entertainment.
It's spite watching for a lot of people. It's a better place.
Terrell Lamar says, no, we don't. Tom, F the Cowboys. But then there are some people in here.
Your hatred is proving my point, fellas.
The truth. Heels are good for TV. Cowgirls are great heels. Burns honest about it. Hate watching, Neil. I love hate watching those frauds.
There it is.
DNC ENT, my wife cared about Stafford and Goff. She doesn't care about anything I care about. All right, third down.
Third question of the Sports Business Nickel Package. Speaking of the Cowboys, the Lions were featured in 4 of the top 20 rated games of the NFL in the regular season, tied for the most with the Cowboys, even though they sucked this year. I guess the NFL does want the Cowboys to be good, huh?
They stunk, and the people still watch to the tune that... by the way, the Lions had 4 of the top 20 viewed games. But so did the Cowboys, and they sucked.
There wasn't much to watch out of that team. I mean, think about it, especially after Dak went down. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I like watching when Dak's in there. I do. I'm not going to lie to you. Because if you haven't figured out what Dak is yet, you're not paying attention. If you haven't figured out what he is. So I kind of like that's my ha-ha, giggle moment. But... Neil, it is exactly like the guy said in the chat. Methinks you protesteth too much. Isn't that kind of proving the point? You hate the Cowboys. Fuck the Cowboys. All the things that people said. But that sells, man. It just does. And they know it. They know it. The NFL knows it and Jerry knows it. Or Jera.
Jakara says, I tune in just to watch them lose.
Right.
We all do.
America's punchline.
Yep.
They are. Next down.
Next question of the Sports Business Nickel Package. Merchandise sales in the Ohio State Buckeyes NIL store are up 550% the last 2 weeks as they are prepared to play for the national championship. But I was told the loss to Michigan was devastating. Was I lied to?
Here we go. I knew you was going to get one in.
I can't believe that you ripped off a line like that from me.
I know, right?
Come on, man.
Like
At least give me credit next time.
Yeah.
At least give me credit next time.
I knew you was coming
No,
with
but
one.
Sean, because it is Monday night, I did want to check in with you on that. Mm-hmm. And KG, I'm curious to get your take as well.
I'm here.
Does it wear off at all? Because nothing changed.
Yeah.
Nothing changed.
Yeah, but they have to win. I mean,
Well, of course,
there's no
100%.
ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep.
If they go in and lose to that Notre Dame team, no disrespect to them, but if they lose to that Notre Dame team, it's going to be bad. But yes, if they get it done, they win the championship.
But on the flip side of that coin, if they win,
yeah, but
it's just another regular game.
And that's fine, but they'll think about it next year when that time comes. You best believe they will.
Like when they put the banner up or when they get the rings?
Whenever we face them. It's going to creep up again.
They are infinitely more infatuated with Michigan than the converse. They are.
Thank you.
I mean, I
it
saw
always
it up
has
close
been
and
that
personal.
way.
That is their life. And that's no disrespect to your fan base. I
No,
hope
but
you know
it's
that.
the truth.
They are somehow, some way. See, Neil, you know what I'd be doing? I'd do the Larry Bird all year. All year. I wouldn't even talk shit with you. I'd go like this. But you know what they're going to start doing? Mark my words. They'll start chirping at you guys.
Oh, yeah, they will.
You would be the furthest thing from my mind.
And that's
I'm
fine.
a national champion.
When it was time for us to face you, we beat you, and you tried to beat us at our own game, and you failed.
But it didn't matter.
But yeah, until next year. So that's fine.
But it didn't matter.
You'll get your natty and have your celebration.
Do you know what I would do?
You'll worry about us when it's time again.
You would be like a Viking fan to me, honestly. That if I were a Buckeye fan, I'd go.
To be fair,
you got your little Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, to be fair, any Michigan fan that's chirping them after they win the championship, you should shut up.
Amen.
But this what like Mike G on cue. Ask and you shall get. Even if you don't ask, you still get it. Mike G. Ohio is soft. Michigan broke them.
Well,
they're going to win the national.
They're going to win a national champion. How can you say that?
So KG, can we say that that's a little ridiculous to keep spinning that?
A tad, but I do agree that they are soft.
Okay, can we revisit Mike G? In fairness to you, If they lose on Monday to a team they have no business losing to, then we can revisit that conversation. If they win the national championship, you have to go like that. You have no choice.
You got to shut up. But
you have no choice.
I'm not refuting the fact that they soft. Otherwise, your AD does not come out, and we still have no retort to this. When your AD comes out and says he's de-emphasizing the biggest rivalry in college sports, you give a damn. I don't care. You give
Mike
a damn.
G says, Woody Hayes said as much. You're defined by the game. Yes, in the 60s. In the 60s, dude. Dante151 with the super chat. Oh, yeah, every Lions fan who doubted Sheila Ford Hemp needs to apologize to her and say thank you. Thank you, God, that the Lions aren't the New York Jets who didn't give Ben Johnson a call for an interview because they thought he, quote, didn't fit. That was wild to hear. That was absolutely wild to hear. The truth, what was Ben Johnson's Madden rating?
That's great.
You can't even get his rating on there.
What's that?
Who said that?
Dante151.
Dante, you are money. That's outstanding.
Yes. Mason Leach. Even Jack Sawyer said yesterday he will never get over that loss. I thought the game doesn't matter. I lied to? Mason, that's all for theater.
They don't care right now because they're in the title chase. They shouldn't care right now, but it's going to creep up again.
Kalamazoo, Michigan broke the SEC, Sean. There you go. You'll always get what you want.
Of course they did.
Because they haven't won 14 of the last 20 national titles.
It's amazing to me. Can we, and I swear to God, we'll have that conversation next year if it eventually gets to 3. It's been 3 different times in the last 20 years. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
The SEC is only SEC good.
All right. Fifth down.
Final question versus the sports media nickel package. Quinn Ewers turned down $6 million in NIL money to stay in college.
Yeah,
to stay in college and will enter the draft. Did he make the right choice?
His stock will never be higher than it is
I
right
will
now.
never tell somebody how
lower.
they should do their own business. I don't know what's going in your life. I think that's a mistake that we all make, okay? But I'd have stayed in college and partied. If it were me, you're giving me $6 million. I got some hotties down there in Texas. Are you I'd have stayed in college.
It's a weak QB class, though. So, I mean, yeah, it's cool to stay down another year. Maybe further hurt your game tape and maybe get injured.
But
or you go to the
all those
NFL now
quarterbacks-
with desperate teams ready
all
for
those
quarterback.
quarterbacks are going anyway.
Yeah.
I agree with you. You're not wrong. But all those guys are going to go in the first round. Let's
He's
set
going to be
your
a
watch
first-round
to it.
pick this year or next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
100%. Not even a doubt.
He'll be a first-round pick this year for sure.
But is
definitely be a first-round
is
pick
Manning
next year,
going to
too.
play? I think that kind of tells you that Arch Manning.
No, Manning's going to play. No, this was going to be.
That's why they pushed
Quinn
him
Ewers
out.
was going to be
Yeah.
for somewhere else, like go to Ohio State.
Yeah, they
or
pushed him
to
out.
Texas A&M or something like that. I think this is a terrible decision on his part.
But if
he's
he-
going to be at the same stock level. He could only improve his stock next year. He can't decrease his
Unless
stock.
he gets hurt or plays bad.
Yeah. I guess it would come down to where in the first round are you going?
Yeah.
You know, like if you're 1, 2,
It'll
or
be
3.
later first, but he'll be a first-round pick.
And then at that point, then I would probably take the $6 million in the bag and bet on myself. All right, everybody.
It's not Skull, by the way. I wanted to point that out. There's no Skull here.
Sean, all of it comes down to this. The 15-2 was great. It's fine. You're getting the reward for that, i.e. you're playing at home this week. And if you win, you play at home next week. That's over. The 15-2 stuff is over.
Yep.
To quote Metallica, nothing else matters. If it's a point, if it's 2 points, if it's 58 points, it is all literally the same. Survive in advance.
Yep, 31-21. I'm sticking with it. Lions 31. I almost called them the Redskins. Commanders 21.
1-0. Get a rouge in there, whatever it takes.
Yep.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Saturday, we're doing it better than anyone. Woodward and Maine, 8 to 9. Woodward Sports pregame show live at Second Best. Sean Belizean, Spencer Raxter, a.k.a. Spike. And then the watch party, myself and Easy. And then the postgame show, Stick and Anson. We'll be at Gillies downtown for the back half of that. So lock in, everybody. Enjoy it. There's no need to be nervous. They're a good football team. They're the best football team in the National Football League. Even without the Defensive Player of the Year, they're still the best football team in the National Football League. Remember that. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, KG, Spencer Raxter. We'll talk tomorrow, everybody. Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.